back, everyone, to The Legend of Dragoon. So, lots of things happened in the last part. We pretty much saved the outpost from getting attacked. We beat up this giant motherfucker, and Dart awakened the power of the Dragoon thanks to our new party member here. Her name is Rose. So if you remember, this is the lady that helped us all the way back in part 1 when Dart was getting chased by the green tusk dragon. She was the one that, pulled him like behind the rock to hide.
If Crystal wasn't a furry.
Yeah, as BJ calls her Crystal. Yeah, so pretty much Rose is gonna, pretty much kind of explain about the Dragoon and everything. But in this part, a lot of it is gonna be dedicated to really explaining how the Dragoon powers work. Because now that we've got, not just Dart, but we got Rose too. So now that we've got 2 Dragoons, pretty much, like the other half of combat has pretty much, come forward now. So there's a lot to explain about, what the Dragoon powers add to it. You might remember I mentioned things about SP. And I kept saying, okay, I'm not ready to talk about SP yet. Now is when it's going to start coming into play. So pretty much as soon as we're done talking, there is going to be a tutorial that I am gonna, pretty much just walk everybody through, just to try and explain, how the Dragoon powers work.
Okay. So now, I'm probably asking this a little early, but, are the Dragoon powers a Dart and Rose only thing, or will other party members be able to get that too?
Pretty much your entire party.
Okay. So we all get to be Winglies.
Everybody, pretty much every character, every party member that we get is going to be a Dragoon. That's why when everybody was assigned different elements and everything, pretty much as soon as you get the Dragoon spirit of that element, then okay, that character is now the Dragoon. So it's so right now Rose is dark and Dart's is fire. I mentioned before that Lavitz's element is wind and Shauna's is light, so rest assured, when the time comes that we get those Dragoon spirits, we will get a wind Dragoon and a light Dragoon, and, the more characters and the more elements we get, of course.
Alright. God damn it, can't we have a second to breathe?
This is war, damn it!
It's like, come on, it hasn't even been an hour yet.
Well, basically what they're saying now is, okay, another stronghold is being attacked, and, it's like, okay, we gotta go save the stronghold. But, the big thing, of course, is this dragon that Imperial Sandora has. But it's like, okay, we've got 2 Dragoons now. We've got people that actually have the powers of dragons, which means now we actually stand a chance against the fucking dragon. So not only do we have to save the stronghold, we're actually going to be making our way to the dragon's nest and actually try and take this thing out. Because it's like, as soon as the dragon's taken care of, then, we're basically going to, even out the playing field in this war.
I gotta believe.
I have the power of the dragon. I know I can do this.
I mean, hell, if I had dragon powers, I'd be cocky too.
Bush! Wait. Sorry.
Yeah, no. It's like, no music rhythm games here.
Oh. oh, yeah, with forever, yeah. It's like, no, this is way before Skyrim.
Right. And yeah, Rose is just coming along just because she's like, yeah, why not?
I got nothing better to do. It's a Thursday.
I'm just here for the food.
Yeah. I mean, that literally is, like, pretty much she even says, like, later on, she's like, you guys interest me, so I'm coming along, because she's a wandering swordsman. So she's like, hey, you guys seem pretty cool. Yeah, sure, I'll tag along. And especially now because Dart's got the Dragoon spirit. So she's like, yeah, all right, I'll help you out.
Better than hanging out with that weird fox that keeps ogling me.
Now, okay, so I'm going to handle this very much the same way that I handled Final Fantasy VII. So when we have a new character, I am going to be replacing like the oldest character in the lineup with the newest one. So this way, all of you guys can really experience these characters in action. I'm going to do this as well when it comes to getting Dragoon spirits, because there are some Dragoon spirits that we get, way later on. Okay, we may have gotten the character, but we get their spirit later on and they've already been replaced. I will bring that character back just to show off their Dragoon powers.
Okay.
I'm trying... So I want everybody to experience the entire cast with everything that they've got, because I believe I've said this before, but, I am going to handle this like what I did with Final Fantasy VII. I'm going to play this game through about the halfway point, then I'm going to let the audience decide the final party member. Thus why I feel it's important to really show what everyone's got to offer.
Everyone vote for Lavitz.
Alright, so now we can talk about Dragoon combat. Okay, so pretty much as Rose is going to explain, the first thing you got to do, you'll notice that there's now going to be a bar underneath like the character's stats. So you have HP, MP, and then there's a bar. That bar is pretty much, your Dragoon power. You need at least that bar filled up, and obviously in order to use the powers, like where it says SP. So how do you gain it? By completing your additions. So this is where the SP is now coming into play. So because I completed Volcano, that gave me 20 points to the bar. It takes 100 points to fill up a bar. So I just went ahead, skipped ahead, so now we got a full bar. Magical Girl transformation sequence!
In the name of Dragoon, I will punish you!
Hot.
Oh, come on, he's the Wingly of Fire. He can take it.
Okay.
Alright. Alrighty, so when a character is transformed, basically, the bars, we filled up one bar. So when the character does an attack that constitutes as their turn, that depletes a bar. So you will eventually level up and you can stay in the Dragoon form longer. But as of right now, we're pretty much, okay, we transform, we do an attack, and then we go right back to regular Dart.
Oh, shit,
Okay,
I gotta do this again.
Here's
Ah!
my question. So, it obviously makes sense that Dart wouldn't be able to hold on to his form for very long. What about Rose? Is she currently limited as well to only one bar?
Yes, she's currently limited only to one bar.
And how long has she been able to turn into a dragon?
A very long time.
So that makes no goddamn sense.
I know. So Dragoon Edition. So when you are a Dragoon, you have two options. You can attack or you can cast magic. So when you attack, it's kind of like doing a regular edition, where it's basically a quick time system. You want that sparkle to go around and around, and when that sparkle hits the very top of that circle, you have to hit the X button, and it will continue going round and around and around. So I kind of fucked it up that first time, but you'll see. So it's 2, 3, 4, like that. So the more times you hit, the more attacks you get in. So that's pretty much how the Dragoon editions go in. So then for magic again, pretty much self-explanatory. But yeah, this is the only way that you can cast magic and really take advantage of the elemental advantage is through the Dragoon forms.
That's interesting.
So that's
interesting,
yeah.
actually.
So that being said, the elemental weaknesses pretty much are like double when it comes to Dragoon form. So, yes, Dart, when he casts his fire magic, he's gonna be stupid strong. But should he be in Dragoon form and he gets water magic cast on him, he's gonna take a fuck ton of damage. So that is something you have to be mindful of.
Okay. So, by definition, a double-edged sword.
Yeah. And yes, every single magic attack gets a special little cinematic like this.
Spike.
Okay, one of these days I just want the sword to just fall down the wrong way and he catches it by the blade. Ow!
Oh! Do I take it out or do I take it in? God damn it.
Alright, so that more or less is what we gotta, focus on right now as far as combat and everything. There's not too much else to really talk about at this point. There is one other thing that is added, but we don't have to worry about that right now because right now we only have 2 Dragoons.
Right.
So we will get to that in due time.
Also, wasn't there something bad about to happen?
They'll be fine.
Good thing they were nice enough to to hold off until we got our training done.
Wait, hold on. They're in the middle of a tutorial. Let's hold off on attacking the village until they're done. It's only courteous.
Yeah, more or less. And then, for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason they decided, oh no, we're putting Lavitz back in. It's
Don't
no,
select.
Lavitz, not yet. Not yet, Lavitz.
No, Lavitz. God damn it.
It's
I love him.
We gotta give Rose her time to shine. Alright, so we're gonna go through the marshlands, because this is how we're gonna get to that fortress. Well, not the fortress, but the stronghold that we gotta try and save.
You know what? Actually, I still think the funniest time when to see an enemy waiting on a hero to get themselves ready before they fight was in Shantae's pirate curse at the very beginning of the game, where Risky Boots traps Shantae in a bubble bath, and then one of Risky's captured minions turns into this bat thing, and Shantae needs to fight it, but she's still in the bath, so she's wait, I need to get dressed first.
So wait, you play Shantae in the Pirate's Curse?
No, but I've seen the Let's Plays.
Okay.
Shantae's a weird series for me. I have no interest in actually playing it, but I love watching it. And I love its stories.
It is really fun to watch. I'll give it that. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you guys, but as far as Rose goes, she's very much an attacker. Most of pretty much your other girls are going to be magic based. Rose is more physical attack based. So that being said, even though she's strong, her magic attacks are a little bit lower. And, yes, she doesn't gain as much SP as, somebody like Dart, for example. Dart will get a lot of SP. Rose, she's got to do a couple more rounds of attacking before she gets to become her Dragoon.
All right, I'm just gonna address the elephant here in the room. Where the fuck is Rose's left arm? Right leg armor?
I have no idea. That is honestly something I have never understood when it comes to character designs, where it's you put a stocking on one leg, or you look at Tidus from Final Fantasy X, where it's his pants or something is long on one leg, short on another. I never understood what is Japan's fascination with this asymmetrical clothing.
What they don't tell you is they just have a really embarrassing birthmark on that leg, and they just want to hide it.
Alright, so... Yeah, so pretty much from here, it's just... You're fighting those same soldiers over and over again. So that's why it's like... Yeah, I'm not really gonna showcase every single one of them.
Cause why repeat shit?
I like how you can just back off of it, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do have that option. So, I mean, it's like, okay, if you need to, like, go back and, like, heal up and save, at least these soldiers are generous.
Again, they're not nice enough to let you prepare.
I won't let you live, you bastard! No, wait, hold on. I gotta heal first. Oh, okay, take your time.
We gotta have a fair fight, after all. We may be trying to take over your country, but we believe in honor, damn it.
It's like, yeah, we're only just butt-fucking you with a dragon.
We train under the chivalry code for a reason.
Alright.
Fuck him up.
Yeah. Alright, so... Now we can start talking about Rose and Dart's strengths and weaknesses, specifically when it comes to the Dragoons. Alrighty, so, as I said before, so Rose's element is dark. Her spells, they deal damage, but they also offer side effects. And her first skill that you see here, Astral Drain, this is going to basically be her first healing spell. So she's a good backup healer. That being said, though, this, as I mentioned before, because her magic attack is weaker, the spells are not going to be as strong as other characters. And because her attacks offer other, like, effects, if anybody's ever tried playing around with status effects in an RPG, yeah, the chances of it actually triggering are really low. Like, you know, Astral Drain's always going to be able to, you know, deplete health, sure. But, like, her next skill will, you know, you have a chance of inflicting, I believe it's the fear status. Yeah, good luck trying to get the fear fucking status on enemies, because whenever I try using that spell, it never activates. So it's like, that is something to keep in mind, where it's like, you know, it's good that she can offer the status effects, just don't bank on the effects actually showing up, because they rarely ever do. At least in my experience, they've rarely ever come in.
I have to ask, does she have the Excalibur sword from Symphony of the Night? Because that motherfucking sword a mind of its own.
I guess. Yeah, it's like, I guess, like, well, now that you brought up the swords and everything, it's like, you know, just, I guess, for those that are curious, if you're wondering, so, what's exactly the difference between Dart and Rose's swords? So, Dart uses broadswords. Rose's swords, they're specifically rapiers.
Okay, so
they don't look like a traditional rapier, but that is technically what she's using.
So, okay, so she has the speedier sword, while Dart has the harder hitting sword.
Yeah.
All right then.
Alright. Yeah, so it's like, okay, Dart, time to fuck everything up with your Dragoon form.
Does the Dragoon meter carry over between battles?
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, like, you know, if you're transformed and the battle ends, then, well, it's counted as depleted. But as far as, like, you fill up the bar and don't use it, it'll carry over. So, Dart, believe it or not, very high magical attacker. He goes from being a balanced fighter, but when he goes into Dragoon form, super powerful mage.
Huh.
So, that being said, though, all of his attacks, all of his magic spells are pretty much attack only. You know, everybody else, they may have, like, an attack where they'll be like, I've got, like, 3 magic spells, but one of them might be a support skill. Dart doesn't have that. All of his magic is strictly combat. And then, as I mentioned before, there is a point in Disc 2 where I call it handicapped. There will be a point in Disc 2 where you actually do not get access to Dart's Dragoon powers for some time, but we are a long ways away from getting there.
Duh.
So, you know, we don't have to worry about that for right now. But bear in mind, that is something you gotta bear in mind when it comes to that, is, you know, that is something that will happen.
Whip smack?
Yep,
Lady, that's a sword, not a whip.
I don't know.
Rose, you whipped that sword good.
Geez, first she doesn't know how to dress her right leg, and then she thinks that her swords are called a whip. God, Rose.
Rose.
Oh yes. Well, I guess that being said, like I remembered even from when I first played this, and this still pretty much holds true now. Character-wise, I will say Rose is my favorite character.
Really?
She is a cool fucking character. She's not my favorite combatant, though. We don't get my favorite combatant until this too.
Oh, okay.
But it's again, we'll worry about that later, but, all joking aside with, the whip smacking and how she dresses herself and everything, Rose is a really cool character. I do like her a lot.
Huh, wonder what's in this chest. Someone help!
I am literally bleeding from my throat.
Yeah, so it's okay, we might have beaten them back, but it's yeah, it's still kind of like a complete wipeout.
Didn't even have a name tag.
It was well, they gave us an accessory, or maybe we just took it off them.
Oh, is that poison? Oh, no wonder his body looks more green.
Oh wait, they've been poisoned? We should probably get out of here then.
Well, that's nice of you, Dirt.
Huh, why do I feel the urge to cough up blood?
It's but yeah, that's a big thing about the dragon, that we're going to be going up against, is that, yeah, the dragon has poison.
Oh dear.
Again, getting huge Final Fantasy IX vibes from the intro battles.
Yeah, you know what? I was getting those same vibes too, actually.
The day will come eventually where we will bring Final Fantasy IX to the channel. It will happen. I just don't know when.
We'll get to it. It may take a while, but we'll get to it.
Yeah. Well, I know BJ, I know you especially would definitely want to get 9 on the channel, because you really like Final Fantasy IX.
Oh yeah, I still want to play it. I just need to find a good, I keep seeing it on the PlayStation 4 store, but I'm hesitant to buy it because I keep hearing that that's apparently the Steam port of it, and apparently the Steam port's bad, so.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, considering the state of Steam nowadays, it's I wouldn't trust it either. But, if you're willing to put the money down for a PlayStation 3, you can get Final Fantasy IX on the PlayStation, on the PlayStation 3, and, it's the original PlayStation port. It's not the Steam port.
Right.
Why they decided to change it up from 3 to 4, why give the Steam version on the PlayStation 4 but the original on the 3? I have no fucking clue.
Stardust. Yes. Sell it.
Yep.
Big money.
Alright, but pretty much that was my 10th Stardust piece. So we're gonna go back to this lady in Basil. So as I mentioned, when you collect 10 star pieces, she'll give you a really good item.
Oh, Martel said thanks a million. For some reason, I thought she was gonna give you $1 million.
Oh, no.
It's damn it.
No, but she did give us the physical ring. So the physical ring raises your health up by 50%. So
I thought that was gonna increase your attack. Okay.
No, that's raising your health. That's raising your health. So if you want,
still really darn good.
Yeah. So you want to give somebody a really good HP boost. That's a good item to equip. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. So join us next time, and we will make our way towards the Dragon's Nest.